Welcome to Detective and the Doctor, Episode 4, covering Rizzoli Isles, Season 4, Episode 4, Killer in High Heels.
Alright, so this week it opens with Jane and Mara at some kind of, was it a charity event?
Yes, for bone marrow.
For bone marrow. The only reason Jane is there was for the good food, which they decided to not do that, so they're just walking around with peanuts.
Wolfgang Puck was supposed to cook,
Yes.
and so they decided to take the money they were going to spend on Wolfgang Puck and put it to the charity.
Sorry, Wolfgang Puck.
I don't see any reason to do that.
This doctor, gets Mara to go over and talk. Jane leaves after people keep thinking she's one of the people working at the event.
Well, Mara told her to wear a dress, and Jane decides to wear her usual white blouse with black blazer.
Mara stays with this guy, and Jane goes home, and they have wine. This guy got Mara's favorite wine. Jane shows up at Mara's house, and they don't know where Mara is. So Jane calls Mara's phone, and Mara's passed out on the couch. That's
Not
even
like
weird.
Mara.
She never sleeps on her couch.
She never sleeps. End of sentence.
And you can tell right off that something is not right about her.
Bleary-eyed and
Discombobulated, like she has no memory
disoriented.
of anything going on or
Makeup
happening.
all akimbo, just not going well.
So they had gotten called to a murder, so they go to the crime scene, and the guy who was killed was the guy that Mara had stayed and hung out with and had wine with, and I guess they left together. And Mara is instantly, obviously, a suspect.
Freaking out.
And
putting herself under the bus on her own accord.
Mm-hmm. But she doesn't remember.
I probably did it.
Because she doesn't remember anything.
They interrogate her.
Yeah, Jane interrogates her.
They make her take off all her clothes, so she's standing there in her, panty and bra, Mara, I'm so sorry you have to do this. Well, I guess I'll just stand here in my underwear. Oh, God. We're all watching the interview and whatnot, and they're like, this is not looking good. She has bruises all up and down her ulna.
And even, Corsac and... Corsac more than Frost knew that something was wrong with Mara. Everyone who actually spends time with her...
Right, but, Corsac caught it first, even before...
even said that she looked like
Jane
a zombie.
caught it, yeah.
And Jane's with her all the time.
Right. None of them want to charge her with anything while they're standing there watching the interview. Mm-hmm. But they obviously know they have to follow the law and they have to do this. And they go a little bit easy on her. And then, Angela Rizzoli goes into Kavanaugh's office. Shows him a video on her phone. Oh, Mara showing her how to do the fence moves like this. Like this.
The reason she did it is because Kavanaugh.
The reason she did it was because she knew Jane couldn't have been partial to it. She knew Jane would have either deleted the video.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Right. Angela could have totally done that.
Finally, they, find enough evidence that places Mara at the scene of the crime and might have actually killed this guy. So they put her in jail with the rest of the inmates.
Which would not have happened.
No. If you're a cop or anything of the law like that, you're not put in the same room with a bunch of inmates.
Especially ones you probably convicted.
But Mara is there for a total of maybe, not even a minute, and she gets punched in the face.
Like this. And then the cop comes in to pull them apart, and here she's got the ends with Patty Doyle.
And the woman who punched Mara got put in isolation.
Find out the cop, her brother is in the system. Patty's keeping an eye on him for her.
Just let Mara have, a multiple-minute Skype session with Jane trying to solve this murder.
That went on for, a
10
long
minutes.
time. The guy who we saw in the main part, who was played by Chad Michael Murray, and I said he did it in, the first 3 seconds.
I didn't realize it was Chad Michael Murray.
We find out that he fathered a child with somebody else, some other dead body that was there, and the guy who was the victim went and stole the remains because Mara had told him the codes and whatnot to get in the room. After that happened, it was all
very
bum, 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 because it happened in the last 10 minutes. Mara got freed.
Mara goes back to work. She gets hugs and everything from everyone, which was really cute.
Pop-Off, we didn't see the entire episode.
No, but he totally thought the round of applause at the end was for him.
But, this guy's an idiot. Wouldn't you have used him just to show he was pretty much an idiot? He totally missed that he had bruising on his neck.
And it was,
very obviously from a fist.
And not from, a female's fist. Especially Mara's fist.
Right, and it came from Chad Michael Murray, that wasn't his character's name, but it came from Chad Michael Murray's, like, keychain thing that he had.
Yeah. They were so wrapped up in the fact that it was Mara, that they didn't actually do everything that they should have done to determine that it was not her.
That's almost what it seems
like. Because she's
like.
always the one that does all of that. Mara was only in jail for like a day.
Not even, like a few hours.
Likes.
Angela Rizzoli. No. I liked Chad Michael Murray's, like, random appearance that only, he was only in it for 2 minutes, maybe.
Basically. It's like the all-around episode, the case and everything.
Like, the case was very good. Even
though it's actually well written.
A lot of people probably wouldn't be able to catch this and very quickly. Mm-hmm. I'll give them that. Like, it's like
Angela Rizzoli.
Angela Rizzoli
betrayed all of us.
Betraying Mara.
What? How dare you?
That was almost out of character to a degree. Like, it was, but it wasn't.
How dare you? Would you
she would have protected
your own children?
That's what I'm saying. Angela usually would have protected Mara, just like she would her own kids. So it was very odd that she did that. She essentially gave her up, and it was very
weird. And odd.
It was odd for her of all people.
It was like as soon as Susie said that, like, Angela was like, "Oh, I gotta go fix my hair and then run upstairs and give this video to Kavanaugh."
She did look gorgeous.
Carrying that around with you?
Because it was her cell phone.
Was it her cell phone?
Yeah, but she did look really pretty this episode. Angela did.
Yeah.
In just a regular flannel shirt.
Even Sasha did. And she wasn't wearing makeup
and an orange
majority of it.
And we're not wearing makeup because we're doing Prison Chic this week.
I'm just real lazy.
I'm doing Prison Chic this week. She's lazy.
Predictions.
Well, we saw in previews that Patty Doyle's back, and so is the other little Isle family peoples, except for the actual
Martin
Isle family peoples. Yeah,
yes,
which
Mara's
I'm totally
excited
excited about.
Martin.
I don't care. They're little Isles.
When did they be Doyle's?
Little Rose. I think it's finally going to come down on Patty Doyle what he did, the severity of what he did.
He's on trial for 15 murders.
Is that all?
Yeah. Excited to watch that unfold.
That'll be interesting. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to bring.
Mara yelling at Hope.
Yeah. I just hope we see, like, this was a very serious episode this week.
Be a theme.
I hope we get a little bit of the humor back into it. But there was humor, but I didn't feel like it was balanced this week.
I don't mind it though.
No, I'm not saying it as
like
a necessary bad thing.
I think if it's funny all the time, it just completely changes the entire show.
It felt like there was a lot of story and there was a lot of drama this week, and only a little bit of humor,
which was appropriate for the episode.
So I'm hoping next week.
Ratings.
A 10. It was very, very good. 10 out of 10.
I give it a 9.98 because of Angela Rizzoli.
That was really out of character. It still bothers me.
Yeah.
It's still bothering me.
It bothers me too. Like, it's not her.
No, it was not at all.
Did the person who wrote this forget the characters?
Forget who people were? I mean,
just
Jane
wondering.
even Jane was a little bit out of character. Jane would usually, if she looked at her, like if I looked at you and you were like, I'd be like, oh, it's Tuesday. No. I'd be like, oh, there's something not right here.
Especially Mara, who always remembers everything, and she couldn't even remember how she got home, what happened, like when they left the place, like why she was on. She woke up. She didn't even know why she was on her couch.
And Jane's like, oh, got a crime scene. Let's go.
And Corsac right away is like,
something's not right.
Tune in next week for the detective and the doctor when we cover episode 5 of season 4 called Dance with the Devil. That'll be good.
And the day before, catch Minor Incidents on Tuesday. Well, it shows up on Tuesday, so watch it then.
It just shows up. It just magically appears. We don't know how or why.
Usually at like 3 o'clock in the morning because somebody goes to bed and somebody else is up all night fixing said video. I'm not pointing any fingers.
Which trended on Twitter tonight.
That's funny.
My face.
His facey. It's her perfect body. Bitch. It's a jerk.
You should do something that would convict somebody of murder, whether they did it or not.
That's really... So if I said, oh, OJ, I found your other glove, it has some guts on it.
It doesn't fit.
It had some guts on it, NBD. I'll just throw it away for you. No
No,
problem.
that's not what I'm saying, though.
That's
but,
what-
like,
yeah,
in
kinda.
retro...
I look so
My face is so red. This is why I wear makeup, because I have red right here and right here.
This is really cute.